Hey guys, Gravekeeper Bros here, and today we've got another another Goat deck profile for you. Anyway, just as a reminder, Goat is a Yu-Gi-Oh format from April to October 2005. Is that right, Joe?
It is correct.
It is correct. So the cards you can use in Goat, obviously you have to go off the ban list, which you can look up yourselves, but the cards you can use start from Legend of Blue Eyes pack, which was the first Yu-Gi-Oh pack, up until and including the first Yu-Gi-Oh GX pack, which was the Lost Millennium. So Lost Millennium actually first introduced Elemental Heroes and Ancient Gears. So we may do some really god-awful Elemental Hero and Ancient Gear Goat deck profile soon.
Maybe a duel if we have the booth.
Yeah, actually to be fair, we probably could. So anyway, this is Joe's most commonly played Goat deck. It is my worst enemy when it comes to playing Goat. Gravekeepers play Necro Valley. And what does Necro Valley do? Stops you from banishing cards and using the graveyard.
But we'll go over that later.
We'll go over that. What is my favourite Goat deck? Chaos. So Joe plays this just to piss me off. So anyway, we play, is it 3, 4, 5? We play 9 or 8. Well, we play a few Gravekeepers cards. Anyway, first of all, we play 3 Gravekeepers Spy. We play 3, not 4 Gravekeepers Spy. Anyway, all Gravekeepers monsters gain 500 attack and defense when Necro Valley is on the field. So this will go from being a 2k booty to a big 2-5 booty. Now when this is flipped, you get to special summon a Gravekeepers monster from your deck with 1500 or less attack. So a lot of the time, you're going to choose to summon cards such as Gravekeeper's Assailant, which has 1500 attack and 2000 when Necro Valley is on the field. Anyway, this card's pretty sick. When this card declares an attack while Necro Valley is face up on the field, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and return it to the hand. Play 2 copies of Gravekeeper Spear Soldier. Again, it goes up to 2000 attack while Necro Valley is on the field. It also inflicts piercing damage, which is very good in Goat format because there are many flip monsters, such as Magician of Faith, Knight Assailant, Cyberjar,
Morphing Jaw.
Fiberjar?
Fiberjar's banned.
Fiberjar was banned, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, there's piercing, which is quite good for Goat. 1 copy of Gravekeeper's Guard. When this card is flipped, you target one monster your opponent controls and return that to the hand. It's got 1900 defense and can go up to 2-4. So again, it's got a big booty, just like his big belly. Onto the that's there for the Gravekeeper's monsters. Onto the other monsters, play 1 copy of Breaker the Magical Warrior. It goes up to 1900 attack when it's summoned, and it can pop a spell trap on the field. Play 2 copies of Mystic Tomato. When this card is destroyed by battle, you get to special summon a dark monster from your deck with 1500 or less attack, which is all of the Gravekeeper monsters. Play 2 copies of Tsukiyomi. When it's normal or flipped up, you target a card in the field and flip it face down. So you can do it back with your own Gravekeeper Spy to then use her effect to get another monster out. You can use it on your opponent's monsters if you can then attack over the defense. Yeah, it's just quite generic and it goes back to your hand in the end phase. 1 copy of Sangan. Obviously, yeah, when Sangan's sent to the graveyard, you get to add a monster with 1500 or less attack, and that's what all the Gravekeepers have. Synergy. So that's the monster count. It's not the biggest monster count, but Gravekeepers play a lot, and I mean a lot of traps. We'll get onto that soon. So we'll fuck the monsters off for now. Over there. Anyway, 1 copy of TT because TT. Also the same reason why we play Mirror Force, because they were both limited and they're both really good cards. 1 copy of Dust Tornado. Gets rid of your opponent's back row and also lets you set a spell or trap card on that same turn. 2 copies of Compulsory Evacuation Device because although it was at 3, I believe we were just looking for room in the deck, so that's why we only played 2. So me and feel 3 to play 3 of this. This really should come back to 3 in the metagame. It will do nothing. Anyway, 3 Rite of Passage. It's basically a monster reborn for, well, I call it the Haunted. That doesn't equip.
It can get over Necro Valley's
Yeah. Basically brings back a Gravekeeper monster from your graveyard and ignores the condition of Necro Valley interfering with the graveyard. Now we play the big boy himself at 3, Solemn Judgment. Now this card, we have a bit of a story. So when we first started building Goat decks a while back, I said to Joe, well, we told Joe he could play Gravekeepers just so he could get a diversity of decks. And then I said, oh Joe, I'll pick you up the Solemn Judgments, don't worry. Well, Solemn Judgment when I picked it up for Joe was 50p a go in common. It's now like £5-6 because of the ban list. Rip my wallet. Anyway, that's the traps. We play a few of them. Okay, not as many as I thought, but yeah, we play a lot of traps. We play 1 copy of MST because back row. 1 copy of Snatch Steal because we like to take our opponent's monsters. 2 copies of My Body as a Shield. So if your opponent activates a card or effect that will destroy 1 or more monsters on your side of the field, you can pay 1500 life points, negate the activation and destroy it. So this is really good against cards such as Try infecting the virus. So, yeah, it's good out. 2 copies of Nobleman of Knockout. I keep saying it, Knockout. Nobleman of Crossout. So, obviously, destroy face down defense position monster on the field into a flip monster. Both players banish all copies of that from their deck. Not only is this card a staple in this deck, but this deck loses to this card. Doesn't it, Joe?
Yes.
Yes. Does it, Joe?
It does.
It does. Have you experienced that before, Joe?
Very much.
Very much so. Anyway, 3 copies of Terraforming. I've just realised we did the traps before the spells. It's really going to trigger some people. Anyway, Terraforming lets you search your field
Spice
spells.
things up a bit, Nathan. We're in an original video now.
Original
Official.
video. So search our 3 copies of Necro Valley. Joe.
The original wording for Necro Valley
Is?
is as follows.
Please read.
As long as this card remains face up on the field, all effects of magic, trap, and or effect monsters, cards that involve graveyards, are negated. And neither player can remove cards in the graveyard from play.
Is that the wording?
It is.
Thank you to Joe and Dictionary Corner.
In addition,
In addition, there's more. Carry on.
increase the attack and defense of all monsters, that includes Gravekeepers in their names, by 500 points.
Just the attack?
And defense.
Attack and defense, you say?
I did say attack and defense.
Attack and defense, he says. So anyway, 3 copies of Necro Valley. We should have done these as the first cards, really, after the monsters. Then we played the
Again,
Holy Trinity.
Again, Nathan. Original video.
Original video, poor quality original video. So we play Graceful Charity, draw 3, send 2 cards to the graveyard. Love this in Chaos. Pot of Greed, draw 2, and then Delinquent Duo, pay 1,000. Then you randomly select a card in your opponent's hand. You go yoink, put it in the grave, and then they have to select one. So that is Joe's Gravekeeper deck profile. Like I said, we'll probably get some more GOAT profiles coming soon, and we may even get a duel or 2. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.